Si quieren asistir a este video en español, clic en el link en la descripción.
Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Thalles, I'm from Plugin. And first of all, if you guys would like to check this video fully in Spanish, my partner Fernando made this whole video in Spanish. You guys can check the link below in the description. And today I'm bringing to you guys lane departure warning system calibration for a 2021 Nissan Kicks. For those who doesn't know what lane departure is the lane camera that is located right at the top in the middle of your windshield that is responsible for check the lanes while you are driving. And there is two types of it. One will warn you when you go off the lane. This is called lane departure warning system. And there's another one that has a function to keep you in between lanes. So if you start to go off the lane, the car will bring you back to between the two lanes. And this is the LKAS, that stands for lane keep assistant system. Okay, so let's start the video right here. I'm just telling you guys the date, and now I'm just checking the VIN number. Let's advance this a little bit. So here I'm telling that it's a 2021 Nissan Kicks, and here I'm showing you the windshield. So the reason why we are performing this lane calibration is because we have replaced the windshield of this car. As you guys can see right here, here's the lane camera. I don't know if I can zoom in. I'm sorry first of all for the image. We are still dealing with the software. For those who doesn't know, we are trying this new software and this new camera, that which is a 360 camera, and it will improve a lot our videos. But there is like a step that we need to learn and do the process for making these videos better. So I'm sorry for any mistake we made while we were recording this video, or even now me showing you guys the whole process. This will eventually be working on, and we will of course improve our performance and our videos recording. Okay, so let's keep going. So as you guys can see, there is a blue tape right here on top showing that the windshield was replaced, and the blue tape, as a reminder, is just for keeping the windshield at the right place and make sure that it doesn't move while we are proceeding with the calibration, or even if the customer get the cars back and needs to drive it. We just need to make sure that they keep this for 24 hours in order for the glue to dry. Okay, so just showing that. So let me advance this a little bit. Here I'm explaining about the camera, and right now, let's see what I'm doing here. Oops, sorry. I'm grabbing the VCI, and I'm going to insert the VCI right here down below on the dashboard. So for this Nissan, the VCI, or actually the OBD2 connection or connector, is located when you see the steering wheel. It's gonna be down below the steering wheel on your left side. For some cars it will be on the right side, but always it will be like below the steering wheel somewhere. If you guys have any car that you're having trouble to find out where the OBD2 is, please write in a comment below and we will make sure, because at this company that we make works for, or we do works for, we have done a lot of cars and we know mostly where the VCIs are located, and anything that we can help you guys with, we will be more than happy to do that. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please comment. Also, keeping with that theme, please make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel and click the like button, okay? This will help us a lot to keep producing this type of content for you guys, okay? So here I'm connecting the VCI. As you guys see, let me go back a little bit. I connected. It's right here at this point right here. Oops. Right here, okay? Let's keep going. Okay. So as you guys see here, I already previously I had calibrated another Nissan, so that's why these two targets right here, are already on the frame. Okay, just as a disclaimer. So now I think I'm grabbing the tablet. Here the tablet is with me. Oh, okay. Thank you. As you guys see, I'm getting the way to work with this software, so Lucas is helping me. Thank you. All right. So now, here at this case, I already plugged in the VCI, and the VCI was making a connection with the tablet via Bluetooth. Is via or via? Either way, it's via Bluetooth, and the tablets already recognized the VIN of this vehicle. And now I will type this button right here in order to uh, get the full diagnostic of this car. And then now this pop up is asking me to give a name to this file. So this whole process of making the pre-scan, calibration, and post-scan will generate a file, a diagnostic file, and we will name this diagnostic file. Here at plugin, we always insert the license, dash, and the date where we performed this job. If the car doesn't have a license, we always put the last 8 of the VIN, and this helps us to always keep on track of every car we've made, okay? If you guys have any other way to do it, please do so. All right. So right now, I'm sorry about the brightness. As I told, we're still getting better with this software and the camera. So right now I'm typing the license plate. Let's keep going. Then dash the date, and now the car is loading. And at this point, I just realized that the screen was like too bright, so I just tried to decrease a little bit the brightness in order to have a better view of the tablet. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, right now, as you guys can see, here is the VIN, and I now will type the OK button. Okay. Okay. All right. Now let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, turn it to the side, just so we can have a straight view of the tablet. Okay. So right now it's asking if this car has a 360 view. For those who doesn't know what a 360 view is sort of a bird eyes view of the surrounding of the vehicle. This is made by four placed cameras around the car. So one at the front of the car, one at the back of the car, two on the sides, usually on the side mirrors, and this gives you an impression that you're looking the car from the top of it, but it's actually four different cameras located surrounding the vehicle. Okay, for this Nissan Kicks, we have never done a Nissan Kicks specifically that has this type of feature, but as the tablet is asking, maybe Nissan has made it. So I always check it, and in this case, the car doesn't have it. Okay, so let me advance this. So here I'm checking and explaining that right here on the side mirror is located the camera. As it doesn't have a camera on the side mirror, probably doesn't have a 360. Probably no, it doesn't have a 360 view. So here I'm typing no. And the second question is if the car has an electrical parking braking. So for those who don't know, some cars are manual. So you have a manual parking brake, which is located right on the side. So for some vehicles, it's located right on the side. You can just pull it or push it. You can pull it when you park, push it when you need to drive. Some other vehicles are located right down below the steering wheel on the right on the side of on the left side of the brake pad. It's like another pad where you can push it or you can press all the way down and then press once to release it. These are mostly on Toyotas. This is the one that first come on my mind, but some other vehicles has it. Some vans has manually like down below on the dashboard you can like push or pull it. And for the new vehicles it's just a button. So you can either like press the button and press again to release or engage the the parking braking, or either you can just like pull it up and or push it down in order to um, engaging and release the parking braking system. Okay, for this car it doesn't have it, as I'm gonna try to show you right here in the middle. Sorry, it's a little bit dark, so you guys might not be able to see it, but this is a manual braking system. Okay, so let's move on. So right here, I'm telling that the car doesn't have an electronic braking system, parking braking system, sorry. And now we will give some informations for this vehicle. Uh, Again, I'm sorry for the screen is not the best, but we will try to improve it for the next videos. All right, I hit it okay, and right now we are at the pre-scan menu. On the pre-scan menu, uh, as a reminder, we work with an Autel tablet, but most of the tablets you are not able to perform any type of calibration before you do a pre-scan of the vehicle. And this is a good practice because every time before you touch the car, it's good to have a full view of what is going on with the car. So if something happens later, you have a full documentation to save your shop and show your customer that the car came already with this problem or that problem or something that they might accuse you or your shop of being doing and you haven't worked on it. Okay, so this is good to keep your shop safe. Okay. So pre-scan, and then I will hit this button right here, which is written fold scan. And now it's gonna ask me for the license plate and the odometer. I will put this manually. Let me advance this part. So here's the license. And I went there to check the mileage or the odometer. Perfect. Now it's doing a full scan of the vehicle. As I told you guys, it will give you the full diagnostic and show you everything that is going on with the car before you even start to work on it. All right. Okay, I'm just having some drink while it's doing the pre-scan. And then now this pop-up right here is asking if you want to attach any photo of the vehicle on the pre and attach this on the pre-scan. So here at Plugin, we have a different software where we do that. But if you guys doesn't have it, it's always a good idea to register everything that is going on. If the car has any previous scratch or any part that is like bad or something that is not going on really well, always make sure to take pictures and build a documentation to protect your shop, okay? So I'm gonna hit no because we have the system, and right now I'm clicking on a button which is a quick exit from the pre-scan menu, which is two cars, one above the other, and there's a narrow between these two cars pointing down, okay? So here's asking if I'm sure that I want to exit this menu, okay? So right now I'm getting back to the first screen, and here is showing all the previous works we have done using this tablet. Um, Always the first one right here is the last one that we have worked on. So as we exited the pre-scan mode, we are now going to get in the post-scan mode. For this, you can either type this little circle right here and or as I'm gonna do on this video, click this square right here. Either way, you're gonna go to the same end. The difference is that when you click the square, you're gonna have one step more, okay? So the one step more is always to go to this page, and then you will have to click this diagnostic button, okay? So now we got access to the post scan mode. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So now what we're gonna do is to access the ADAS calibration menu. Okay, so let's click there. For somehow it was not clicking. Okay, it's establishing a communication, and now I'm gonna do a fold scan. Let's advance this a little bit. And now it's doing a full scan of the ADAS system of this vehicle. I'm sorry. Okay, so I noticed that there was a fold scan right here. You guys cannot see really well. I'm sorry again, but what I'm gonna do is just try to erase this code and see just a clear view of what is going on right here. So I'm just going to click this button right here, which is written erase codes if I'm not wrong, okay? All right. I was able to get it erased, and now I'm gonna click to do the lane departure calibration. And as you guys see here, is not really well um is not really good to see, but always when you try to do this type of calibration, look for a symbol that is two lanes and a car getting off these lanes, okay? All right, so I type the target and now it's communicating with the vehicle. Now it will ask the reason why we are doing this calibration. And as I told you guys previously, we are doing this calibration because somebody had already has just replaced this windshield, okay? So I'm gonna hit OK. Here is showing some steps that you need to follow in order to do this calibration. If you guys would like, please comment below so we can bring you guys a screenshot of this part of the calibration or this screen, okay? And now I just realized that and this is good for you guys to know that it's not always strict. You can always perform a calibration even though you have a different type of software installed on your auto. In this case right here, the software that I had installed or the measurement and parameters that I have installed in this tablet are for the mobile frame. Even though I'm doing the calibration right now with the static frame. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get only the parameters that I need for arrange the frame, and the calibration will work normally because the distance will still be the same, the height will still be the same, and the targets will still be the same. The only thing that's gonna change is the frame that we're gonna use to place everything on its place, okay? So right now, let me advance this. I'm just searching for the software, and we have done a previous video about step by step how to use this software that I'm using right here at my phone. So if I'm not mistaken, it's a GLC, a Mercedes GLC. I don't remember the year right now, but you guys can check out this video if you guys want. We will attach the link in the description, okay? So here I'm selecting the informations for the frame and for this car. So let's advance it. So here I'm selecting Nissan Kicks and the year 2021. And then right here it's telling me which target I'm gonna need to use, which is the one that is already. Oh, I cannot see right now. I'll show you guys later. Okay, let me keep advancing. So here's the target. Here, right here is the distance from the frame to the car, which is 3008 millimeters. Okay, and then here is the height that you're gonna need to place your targets on, which is 1300 millimeters. Okay. And as a disclaimer, in this case, we will not use the wheel clamps, even though the tablets always ask to use it. With our experience, we noticed that sometimes it's not needed and it takes more time to perform a calibration when you need to use it. And the volume of cars that we perform calibrations on, it's a high volume. So to make it quick, and as we have experience enough to know that the target is well located, we always try to save time and not using the wheel clamps. But if you guys need to know how to use it, we have made a video for a Nissan Altima calibration that is really well explained step by step how you guys can and perform a calibration using the wheel clamps. Okay, for this situation we will not use it, but if you guys want to use it, please check the other video, which will also be on the description. Okay, so I'm just placing the targets between uh right in the middle of the front wheel, and right here are the targets that we're gonna need to use. It's already located at the right position because previously I calibrated a Nissan as well. So right here, now we are gonna point this laser all the way to, oops, let's get back here. As you guys see, I'm still learning how to work with this software. Now, I'm gonna take these two bolts right here and unscrew it in order to position the frame at the right place right now. So let me just advance this a little bit. And right now, as you guys can see, I'm trying to point the frame at the right distance. So let's see, we cannot see the distance here because I didn't even turn on the laser. And the image is not really well. I'm sorry for that again, guys. Now I'm just moving this down a little bit so the laser is at the same height as the target that is right behind this target right here. So let me just advance this part that I'm moving this down. And as you guys can see, right here, there is a height, oops, there is a height from the floor all the way to the target that I'm using just to measure the distance from the frame all the way to the wheel. And now I was able to point the laser there, so I'm just adjusting the distance. Let's advance this part. Okay. And then right now that I found the right distance, I'm gonna bolt and fix the frame to the floor in order so it doesn't move while I'm doing other procedures during the calibration, because we don't want this to move because now it's at the right position. So I'm just, as you guys can see here, fixing this bolt and this other bolt right here on this side until it's fully fixed. Okay, let me get back here. Now I'm moving this little thing right here up in order to adjust the height of the frame, which is gonna be again 1300 millimeters. Let me advance this part until I find the right height. Okay, I'm just turning the laser off right here. Okay, because this has like little batteries, and if you don't try to save battery, you will have to replace this very often. So always good to keep everything at the right place. And I'm gonna show you guys again that I'm just following this distance right here of 3008 millimeters. You guys cannot see really well, I'm sorry. And here's the height. Let me advance this part, 1300 millimeters. And here I'm showing the, oopsie, sorry, I'm showing the target. So these targets with the two squares up and the one down goes to the left side or the driver side of the vehicle, and the other one with the two squares down and the one square up is the one that goes on the right side or passenger side of the vehicle, okay? Let me advance. Oh, and also the distance between these two targets. So let's say that right here is the middle of the frame. We're gonna have, oopsie, 360 for this side. Let me do this again. So here's the middle, 360 to this side, and 360 to this side, okay? So let me just advance this part. I'm just showing that I put it on the 360 millimeters. Now I just went to the wrong tablet. So now I'm getting on the right tablet. Let me just show you guys better here. Do a little zoom and let's go. I'm gonna hit OK. And then I'm just advance this part right here. So as you guys can see, this is a totally different frame, but I used, even though I'm using another frame, the parameters are right. The calibration will be performed well because what the lane departure wants to know is the targets and the distance from these targets, okay? Everything else is going to be the same. Okay, let me advance this part. I'm just explaining this to you, showing the frame that I have. And here, targets placed. Okay. Let's go. Now, it's just asking me to ensure that the ignition on. And while I'm talking about this, it's good to remind you guys that I'm doing this whole process with the engine and ignition on. You guys can do with only ignition on, but one thing to be aware of is that Nissans, they automatically turns the ignition back off. So it could happen, as it happened to us already, is that while you are all prepared for doing your calibration, you will try to do it, and you will, first of all, you will not be able to do because the car is already on ignition off, or while the car is reading the targets, the ignition might turn off, and then you have an error from your calibration. So as we passed through all of these situations, me and Fernando, we talked about it, and it's always we found out that it's always better to perform the whole procedure with engine and ignition on. Okay, so this is just a little tip for you guys. So now it's asking me for the height right from the ground all the way to the top of the arc right above the front wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure this. I'm getting here, and now I'm gonna read it. Let me see how much I'm gonna read it. So it was 690 millimeters. So I'm gonna type this down on the tablet. Let me advance this part. And now it's gonna start to perform the calibration. You guys cannot see, but there is a little loading thing on the middle of the tablet, and the calibration is being executed. Here's saying calibration progress. Now it's saying please wait. And right now it's showing that the calibration was completed normally, and here are some parameters from this calibration. Okay, if you guys again want a screenshot of the screen, please let us know in the comments below. If you guys want another step by step from the same Nissan with a better resolution, also always ask on the comments. We will record another video for you guys. Also make sure to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. we will be more than happy to assist you guys with any problem you guys might have, okay? So I took a screenshot, and then I'm gonna take another screenshot, and now I just hit it okay, and I'm getting back to the ADAS calibration menu right here. Now I'm gonna escape, and I'm gonna do the post scan. And as you guys saw on the pre-scan, this won't gonna change. The only difference is that it's not gonna ask you the mileage and the license again because you already did this on the pre-scan. It will do a full scan of the vehicle. You will be able to attach on the pop-up the photos or the screenshots you took. Also, if you have any history problem or history DTC on this car, you will be able to erase it and give the car as clean as possible to the customer, okay? So this was a walkthrough through a calibration for a 2021 Nissan Kicks lane departure warning system calibration. If you guys want to watch this video in full Spanish. My partner Fernando made this whole video for you guys. Please make sure to check the link in the description. Once again, if you guys would like, please subscribe to this channel. This will help us a lot. Click the like button if you guys like this type of content, and also make sure to comment below with any questions, concerns, or tip for us, okay? As always, it's really great to record for you guys and sharing our knowledge. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next time.